Hello, so I made this beautiful hat for a client and I was like, why not make this tutorial for people who want to know how to make such a beautiful hat. See the details and the brim. Use a brim for the hardness. I recommend you to use a brim, so let's hop on to it. So first and foremost, you'll need yarn. 2 balls of yarn. I used 2 balls of winter yarn. For the black one, I used winter. I really prefer winter over robin, and I wanted this continuity and the ribbing over here on the edge of the brim. This is my decision, but you can make yours the way you want it. So first and foremost, you'll need yarn, 2 skeins of yarn. I used robin for this one, 100% acrylic, and it's a 4-ply, but you can use winter. I prefer winter. I recommend winter. Also, you'll need scissors for this project. Also, you'll need a crochet hook. This is a crochet hook, size 3.5. Oh my god, my camera can't see that, but it's a 3.5, and I recommend it so that you don't leave a lot of spacing. And you also need stitch markers to mark the beginning and the end of the where you want your brim to be at. And also for this project, you'll need a darning needle. This is to attach the brim and the the body of the hat. And also for this, you'll need a brim, the brim itself. So let's hop onto it. First and foremost, you take your yarn like this and make a slip knot. Is it called a slip knot? That knot, you make it like that. This is the first step of every crochet project you will ever make, mostly everything. And this is the first way to make we are making a magic ring, and this is one way to make your magic ring. You chain up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you come back to the first stitch you made when starting, and you put in a slip stitch over there, just like that. And when you do this, you'll see the hole over there. That's one way. And also you can do the other way by making a magic ring. You roll over the yarn on your finger like this, and then you make an X on top here. You see there, you put in your yarn and pick up that like that, and then you chain 1 to secure it like that. And now we are using this, so I'll make 10 half double crochets in this hole. This is the method we are going with. We'll make 10 half double crochets inside that hole, and after you're done with your 10 half double crochets, you pull that yarn to bring it together to cover the hole there. It covers fully when you pull the yarn, and then you slip stitch there like that. And then that's your first row. On the second row, you chain 1, and then here we are doing an increase on every from this row onwards. We will be doing an increase. So for the second row, you'll put 2 half double crochets in each stitch. You remember the 10 stitches we made? So in each of the 10, you put 2 half double crochets in each. These will make 20 of them. I hope you understand, because I get to know many people don't understand this sequence over here, because now from here going onwards, the rows have different ways of increasing. So the second row is you just put 2 half double crochets in each. You do this till you get to the end of the row, and it increases as we go on. So let's make this. And now we are at the end of the row. You slip stitch on top of the first half double crochet you made, and now we go to the third row. Here you chain 1, and on the same stitch you place 1 double crochet and 1. On the next you place 2, the V stitch. The 2 make a V stitch. You place 2, and then in the next after that you place 1 more. okay, and after the 1 you place 2. So this is a repeat. Basically it's a repeat of 1 stitch, an increase, 1 stitch, an increase, 1, then the next you make 2, like 1 stitch in the next an increase, which makes the V. Okay, please remember it's a 1 then 2. That's for the 3rd row only, and you do that till you get to the end of the row. And I recommend 3.5 for such a project because you don't need the body of the heart to be stretchy. You need it to fit properly in your head. So you need to use, it's either you use a 3.5 if you are a tight crocheter, or use a 3 if you are a loose crocheter, but I recommend a 3.5 for me. So you got to the end and you slip stitch again on top of the first stitch, like that, and then you chain 1 again, and in the same stitch once more. Now in row 4 you put 1 half double crochet, 2 half double crochets, and then an increase, 1, another 1, an increase, 1, another 1, an increase. I hope you get it. 1 half double crochets, then next stitch you put another half double crochet, and then the next stitch after that, that is the 3rd stitch, you put in the V stitch, that is the increase. That is 2 half double crochets in 1. I hope you get that. Many people get confused over that, but I hope I explain this the best way possible. You put 2, and then after the 2 you make 2 more, like 1 half double crochet in 1 stitch, 1 half double crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 half double crochets in the next. That's an increase. So in between the increases in row 4 you put 2 half double crochets in 2 stitches. I hope you understand that. Okay, let's do this. So you do this for the whole row. So this is just a repeat. If I may explain a little bit, anyway, I'll explain all that. You slip stitch here, and this is 1 2 3 4. So we are on the 5th row, and on the 5th row you chain 1, and on the same stitch, sorry, you place 1 half double crochet, in the next one another half double crochet, in the next one another half double crochet, and then here you place a V stitch. So basically on row, what the row is it row 5? Yes, you place 3 half double crochets in between the increases, you get. So row 1 it's just normal, row 2 there are 2 in each, row 3 it's 1 in between, row 4 2 in between, row 5 3 in between, row 6 3 in 4 in between, row 7 5 in between, and we are going to make an increase of 7 rows. For me, I usually use 7 rows for this baseball hat, and also for my raffle hats, and also for beanies. There are some beanies that use this pattern, so I basically increase for 7 rows, and then after the 7 rows I just go normally. I no more increasing from there. So here you place your V stitch, and then 1 2, another one. You see, this is the V stitch. I don't know if you can see it. If you're good in crocheting, if you've been crocheting for a while, you can notice it without using a stitch marker. You see that V? Yeah, that one. Below it there's a V, and so you can basically you go put stitches in between, and when you get to a V you place a V, when you get to a V you place a V. You understand? So here we are placing a V on top of this V after we have done these 3. Is it 3? It's a V, and then we will need 1 half double crochet, 2 oh my goodness, let me just rush. But I hope you've understood the pattern of increases, how you increase them. And so let's do this until we get to the end of this row. Okay, you slip stitch, and here is the rows. So we have done 1, 2 and 3, 4, 5, and basically each row has its own way of increasing until we get to the 7th row. Here we have done 5, and you are going to add 2 more, and then after that there is no more increasing. You get it? So let's meet after we are done with the 7 rows. Now here I have my 7 rows, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and after there we are going now to go round and round. No more increasing, it's just round until we make the bowel of the heart. And yeah, that's it. No increasing. Okay, there is no increasing over here. You just place 1 half double crochet in each stitch all around. We are done with the increases. If you continue increasing, you'll make yourself a mat, not a hat. You get, there is a mat and a hat. You might make yourself a mat, and it's not bad. You can place it somewhere on your table or something. But here we are not making a mat, we are making a hat. So I advise you not to go on increasing. And for me, I know someone will ask, what if someone has a bigger head than your head? I will say, I'm not a tight crocheter, so this is something that will fit someone. Maybe if you have hair, and when a client says they have hair, you might as well continue adding the number of rows of increases on the heart, because sometimes the hair tends to be more dense and the heart might be small. So another reason I like winter, it's because it doesn't give you a hard time making your projects. Now look at this robin. Just because I'm using 2 strands, I have to keep untangling and untangling it over and over. That's why I recommend winter. By the way, I heard robin has a new medium size. It's called Hooked by Me, and I think that is better than this, but they have 4 colors, but you can use it, it will be better. Now here we are done with half of our rows. My yarn finished, and so when you look at it, the bowel is forming beautifully actually. This looks so nice. Okay, and we've done how many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We've done 14, and we need like 17 rows, 17, 18 rows. To be safe, maybe 19 rows. And I was done with my 17 rows, and I decided to change my design. I decided to put in the space at the back, which allows you to put in your hair or something. Your hair, when you have your hair tied from the back. And so I decided to do this, and I decided to make these 2 rows. In between the space here, I made 10. I skipped 10 stitches and made a chain of 10 in between there, and then I made 2 rows after the spacing. And this is it. This is my heart. the body of my heart, and then you chain one and you cut off your yarn right there. And of course I like weaving in my ends after I'm done with my project, wherever I am. That's where I weave in my endings like that neatly. And then now we continue to the next part. Here is the heart. It's a stretchy one, see, it can stretch. Yeah, you want it to be comfortable when you wear it. So let's make the brim part. So here you'll take your yarn. This is my way of doing this. I don't know how the other crocheters do, but this is mine. You take a knot and then you chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you go back to your first stitch and you make a half double crochet. The first 3 act as a half double crochet, and then you make another half double crochet. So here basically you have 3 half double crochets. The first 3 chains act as the first, and this is this corner. I start with this corner and the other corner. I start with the corners because I usually like my continuity to be perfect. And then the next row there is no increase. You make the 3 half double crochets on top of the 3 half double crochets, just like that. And now we start increasing in the next, in the next row. The first one there are 3, the second one there are 3 also, and then you chain 1. And in the next one we want to maintain a straight like this in one side and then a curve in the other, just like the brim. This is a straight one and this is a curved one, so we want to maintain the curve and also maintain the straight side. So here we place 1 half double crochet, and in the next stitch you place another 1 half double crochet, and then in the last stitch over here you place 2 half double crochets. Here is where we increase to make the curve, because it needs to go curving. And then you chain 1. In the next row you don't increase anything, you make normal 2, 3, 4 half double crochets, you see. And you make sure you place your project on your brim so that you make sure you're doing the right thing and not doing your own things. So you place it like that. So here we are maintaining a straight line, and here we are making the curve. And we make a couple more rows. So chain 1, and in this one we're increasing, so we make 1. This is the straight part. 2, in the next another 1, sorry, here it's just 1, and then and then in the next, just like that. And when you get to the end of this here, you increase, you place 1, 2 in the same stitch. Now when you look at it, it is curving in one side and maintaining the straight line in the other. So when you look at this, and when you look at it, you can see the curve over here and the straightness over here. So this is for one of the sides and this one is for the other. We are making 7 rows in total, and then we join. This is on the 6th row. Here you don't increase anything, it's just a normal row. So it's just basically increasing in one row and then not increasing in the other row. And we are not increasing in both sides, we're increasing in one side to maintain the curve. 1 half double crochet, another one in the next stitch, another one in the next stitch, another one in the next stitch, and then in the last stitch we place 2 half double crochets together to maintain the curve. And now when we are done with this curve and you place it on the brim, you'll come to notice that it has gotten to a place where we can't go on, because we need to join it to the other side to make the curved area. And so here what you do, you chain let's say 15, 10 to 15. We will see which one will do better. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we place it on the brim and see if it fits. Small. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You don't want to make it baggy, you don't want to make it big, so you make it just slightly fitting. Actually, you make it fitting, so 15. And then you take your other side and join in from the corner, that the curved part. That's where you join in with your half double crochet, just like that. And then you continue. You see, you've joined there, and when you place it like this, the two are joined. I know you can see the picture right now, and after we are done with it, you'll see everything. And then you continue with your half double crochets. Sorry, I'm getting off camera. Your half double crochets, and remember to always carry your ends with you. I usually carry my ends with me because I want them to be tucked in neatly after the project is done. I hate sewing in edges. So we are done with that row, and hop on to the next row. We are making half double crochets back and forth till we have like let's say 5 rows. Yes, 5 rows will be enough. These are 5 rows of normal half double crochets back and forth through the lines, but we need to decrease, because when you look at a brim, there is this point that it decreases at the front. So I don't think I know when we get to the 5th row, we will have to decrease for the next 2 rows. The full brim part, we need just 7 rows. 7 rows are enough for this size of a brim. I don't have another size of a brim. This is the one brim I've been using, so that's all I can say. And so here we've made 1, 2, 3, and now here we've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. And now you see this was what I was telling you about the curve. You need to decrease it a little bit, just a little bit. And when I say a little bit, I overdo my a little bit, because the way I decrease, I don't know if there's anyone who decreases like that, but for me it's a very weird way of decreasing, because it's I let me show you. Chain 1, and then on this row you skip the first stitch like this, and then you make your half double crochet, yarn over again, and then to the next, yarn over and pull through all of them. So you skip the first one and still decrease in the next 2 stitches. You see, that's a gradual decrease. Like, I just decrease the whole of it, and then you do half double crochets till you get to the last 3 stitches of this row. And what you do is you repeat the decrease, but now you can't repeat it. You see, on the last 3 stitches, what I do is on the 3rd stitch, I do my incomplete half double crochet, and then I skip the middle stitch and go to the last one and yarn over and do my another incomplete half double crochet and pull my yarn through all of them. You see here, you place it, your incomplete half double crochets, yarn over, skip over that one and go to the last stitch and pull through all of them like that. And it's the same thing I'm going to repeat for the next row. Skip the first one, go to the next, my incomplete half double crochet, yarn over again into the next stitch, pull through all of them. and then you do your normal half double crochets all through the row. I know it looks weird, it sounds weird, but after we are done, you'll see the outcome, because for me, I was like, this will look weird, but after I was done, I was like, no, it's not weird at all. Actually, it looks nice. And yeah, I opted to go for that, and I think that's what I'll be doing for my hats. Yeah, look, very neat. And then you chain one, and you cut off your yarn. And now we need two sides, because this is one side, the upper part, and also you'll need a lower part, two parts, so that you join them and put the brim inside. And so I made my other part, and now here what I'll do is just join them like this. And then here now you might opt to use the hook, your hook, or your darning needle, but for me, I opted to use my hook. Yeah, you can use whatever you want here. It's not a must you follow what I'm doing. So I start from this corner all the way round, all around, and I'll leave a space all around, but I'll leave a space somewhere here to help me put in the brim. Okay, so just a small space after we are done with everything, where I can put in my brim and secure it from inside, because you don't want to do this and then leave your brim outside. And also carry your ends with you. It's hard, especially doing this on these on these covers of the brim. It's hard, but I like carrying my ends with me, honestly. I don't know if I'm the only one who hates weaving in ends. I won't leave them hanging there, I won't leave them unneatly done, but I don't like finishing my project and I'm like, oh, now I have to weave in the ends. No. I like finishing my project once and for all. So no matter the struggle, no matter the strain, I would rather strain it and finish weaving in the ends as I go with my project. So here you just go from the top to the bottom panel of the brim, just randomly, because there are no visible stitches here, so you just go run. This is the brim I was telling you about. I like seeing this outside my hat. That also, you can put yours from this side. It looks neat too. You choose whatever you want to do, but mine, I like seeing this brim outside my hat. So I chose this to be the outside part of my hat. So let's make these single crochets. Oh, I didn't tell you, you're using single crochets to join, and do single crochet all around till you get to the part where you'll be leaving your brim to put in our brim. When you place your brim like this, you just have to, to make it fit yourself, like you unaipanga. Wow, English is hard. Unaipanga, for those who understand Kiswahili. I'm sorry, you guys, but now I made mine till here, and I left this space to put in my brim. And you hold your brim like this, and then you try pushing it in. You don't have to strain. You put it in like that and push it till it gets to the end. And make sure the corners are secure so that the brim doesn't hurt you or the client whenever they wear it. Just like that. And now we have to finish up the closing after it's inside and secure, and you make sure it looks like it's secured neatly and perfectly. You continue with the finishing of joining. This is hard, but wow, especially when the brim is inside and you have to get this side of the panel and that side of the panel and then make the single crochet. It's hard, but anywho, we do this regardless. We want the heart, right? We do this regardless. Oh my god, this is so hard. Anyway guys, let's meet at the end of this. Let me strain a little and quick, and let's meet when we are done joining these two panels. And when you're done, you chain one again, cut off your yarn, and remember to do in the weaving of your ends. For me, I just put them inside there and hide them like that very nicely. And here's your brim after we are done. Looks so pretty and so tidy. We're done with this. Now what we remaining to do is attach the brim to this, the body of the hat. Now you look at the back of your hat and make sure that the brim goes at the middle of your hat. The middle of your hat is where, after you have placed your back and front aligned, the middle part is where you is the middle of your brim. So you place it like this and just mark the ends where the brim, the corners of the brim, where they touch the body of the hat. This is how I do mine because I'm lazy to count. I can count, but I'm so lazy. So I place it like that, and on the other side I just place it like this, and voila, this is the point. And I place my stitch marker there, and after that all is done. Not all is done. You place your hat. Please don't place your hat like this, you'll do a mess. Place it like this, and you take your darning needle from one corner like this, and make sure your corners are secured so that they won't hurt someone. And weave in from one side to the other, and make sure you go through both loops, below the both loops of the hat and also the brim, because there is that last row, is the last row of the hat, and the last row, the single crochet row we made to cover the brim from inside. Now you go in below that and below the single crochets, both of them. Look like this. When you look at it clearly, let me focus. You go below both of them, and also for the hat you go below both of them like this. the body part. Yeah, so let's meet when we are at the end of sewing in the brim and the heart. And now we are at the end. You remove the stitch marker and secure the end of the heart here. I'm sorry I keep going off camera. I'm straining to see the stitches, so I go off camera a little, but I'm sorry about that. But you secure everything and you remove your stitch markers because our project is almost done. But it's not done if we haven't cut off your yarn. The joy of cutting off that yarn, like kacha, that thing makes me so happy. You secure yarn like that, and then you take your scissors and kacha. I love that. And now we are done with our heart. Here is our heart from the side, from the inside. Oh, and this. In case you fear it from unraveling, you just tie a knot once, tie a knot twice, and probably tie a knot thrice. It won't hurt anyone. So yeah, that way you know it's secure and it's not unraveling anytime soon. And yes guys, here is our heart in pink. So I think I'm going to accessorize this and then I'll be back after accessorizing it, and let's put it on and see how it looks like. Oh, and here it is. Don't worry about my accessories, I just placed them there. And that's how it looks. Wow, this is where the space, you see the space where I was telling you for the hair, it's there, and my hair just got in perfectly. And yes guys, here's my hat in pink, accessorized and all looking nice. So thank you so much guys for watching. Thank you for everything. Please like, comment, subscribe, and let's see each other on the next one. Bye.